we sent Suchita a link so she could hear it, saying she's the channel, and she'd love to be on it, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning at her place, and it's just not quite difficult. It's difficult at the moment, but as soon as she can, she's going to join us, and that'll be awesome to have Sue on on 5D and beyond as well. It'll be incredible, because I mean she's Divine Mother's channel, and we'll really get the real oil then. Last time you saw a video, and it was of the chakras moving, and there was an audio of chakra sounds, and we said it was Dr. Valerie Hunt, who's a research scientist in chakras, was her chakras being recorded on the moon, in the moon room. And Suchita told me that no, that wasn't true. Dr. Valerie Hunt did the recording in the moon room, but it was a very powerful Brazilian healer they found, and they were able to record her chakras. So I just had to correct that mistake. Yeah. Just wanted to thank Lee for creating that beautiful prayer, and for Andy for reading it, because Andy's going to read it every night. It was yes, and Lee said that she's sort of created a safe space for us with that prayer, so that's wonderful. I'd like to mention Scott's Ra session last night, and how much of it fits with this upcoming series of lessons. It's sort of subtle, but you'll probably pick it over time. But I need to say that he was coming from the divine masculine. He was shining the light of knowledge. That Divine Mother describes it as that. You know, the sun shines, it's not picky about where it goes, it just shines on everybody. So the Father Sun, the divine masculine, shines the light of knowledge, and that's what Scott was doing last night. This series of meditations is different because it's coming from the divine feminine. So maybe they're both needed. You know, we had to have this. I'm sure it was absolutely right that Scott did this. Well, Divine Mother told me that it was most appropriate that Scott did that last night. But tonight we're going to go out of knowledge. We don't need to know anything about chakras. If someone had never heard of a chakra, they could do this tonight and this series, and it would work. It's nothing to do with the intellect or knowing anything about. It's all experiential. It's the creative and manifestation aspect that we're going to go into, which just requires us to be in our hearts and be wide open and allowing, and keep our intellect as much as we can, because we've all got intellects and we've all got egos, and they poke around, don't they? But if we have the intention of just shutting our brains down and not wondering about it, trying to work something out, or wishing something, or worrying that you can't see anything, or none of that matters. Just don't get into our brain at all, as much as we can. It may take a wee bit of practice, eh? So we don't need to know anything about it to achieve what Divine Mother is offering. And what she's offering us is higher states of consciousness and a move into the 5th dimension, as well as connecting with our 12th strand of DNA, which sounds amazing. I don't know how any of it's going to happen, but if she says it's possible, it's possible. And it's up to each one of us to have the commitment and do the practice, and try and get the meditation without getting our heads in it. You know, because if we start thinking about it or wondering about it, it's just going to shut it down. If we get this into it, it's going to shut it down. So, and after the class, Divine Mother's calling it a class tonight. After we finish, we're just going to have an open session for a wee while, so everybody can have a bit of a chat. Not for too long. But have a chat, but if we keep it to more or less to tonight's topic, not go off onto other things, but onto our experiences or whatever, or questions about tonight, you'll be able to do that after the thing's over. And practicing at home, I'm just getting this over now before we start. Be very, very good to practice at home, as you know. If you can do it daily, that will be best. There's you don't have to do anything. It's up to each one of us how much we choose to put into it. So that will sort of more or less determine where we get to. If we're kind of committed, we put our hands up to do some work and to be of service to ourselves and to the planet and to the cosmos, we will have that commitment, and we'll be happy to do the practice. But it may be very difficult for some people, so we just have to do as the best we can. The result each of us gains will depend a great deal on the strength of our commitment. Yeah. And whether you do the mantra, like the practice this week will just be the root chakra, and whether you do it 3 times, 3 times, 3 times, which is 9 altogether, or whether you choose to do it 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, or whether you choose to do it 9 times, 9 times, 9 times. It's absolutely your choice. There's no rule. Nobody's going to tell you how often to do it. If you just want to do it 3 times, 3 times, that's your choice. It will assist you on your journey if you note your experiences in a journal each time you do the meditation, both in class and in practice. So if you've got a journal and we've got a notebook or whatever you've got now, and it'll be easy to write down an experience. If you have one, if you don't have one, that's an experience too. You've experienced no experience, So just note it down, and it's your private note. You can share it when we come to having our reporting session after the meditation, if you want to, if you feel like it, but you don't have to. Anyone that wants to share it, that'll be lovely. So a separate entry for each chakra, and the information you accrue will be very, very helpful for you. So, for example, when we come to the solar plexus chakra, we'll be recording the solar plexus chakra that night, 3, 6, 9. Then we'll be following it on with the sacral chakra, which we had done the week before, 3, 3, 3. And then we'll be doing the root chakra, which we're going to learn tonight, 3, 3, 3. And so that's 3 chakras that we could possibly have experiences while we're doing it. So we need to take a note for each of those chakras. If you can. You'll get used to it over time. It sounds terribly complicated, but it's not really. You could draw up a page, couldn't you? When you see how it's going to go, and then just like a graph thing, and you can just fill in the space each time. Rather than, I think that might be easiest. But when you come to the end, it's going to be extremely useful for you, because you're going to get a lot of knowledge out of it. You're going to discover things about yourself from what you've experienced, if you've noted them, and it could be a whole sequence of experiences for one particular chakra, and you can think, that's what's stopping me doing such and such. It's very personal, and so everybody's experience will be totally related to their own chakra. And one of the purposes, or the main purpose really, is to do a chakra clearing, to clear the chakra, which is absolutely necessary for us to go into the 5th dimension. So writing all these notes is going to help clear the chakras. I think that's all I need to say. Got anything else, Pam? Is everybody in?
I can see Linda's there, so yes, yeah. No, we're ready to go.
Oh, good. So we're not going to have a PowerPoint tonight. We're just going to do it like this. Oh, Pam, Lee won't be putting me on a PowerPoint, will she? No.
Sorry, this.
Oh no, it's when she records it. That's right. It's when she records it.
It is being recorded now.
Oh, okay. I got such a shock when I saw the replay, the recording of the last one. I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought it would be like this with the big page with everybody on it. So now I understand how Jude gets herself there and in her one. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So here we are. We'll start. And Andy, if you could start with the prayer, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath in, exhaling slowly. Feel the energy of this sacred space enveloping you, connecting you to the divine source within. In the center of our meditation space, visualize a radiant sphere of pure white light, emanating from the divine source within each one of us. This light is our sanctuary, our shield against any lower vibrations or interference. We call upon the divine guardians, the archangels, ascended masters, and spirit guides to join us, reinforcing the pure light of the divine source within. See the divine light within the sphere intensify, becoming even brighter. This light holds the intention of clearing and transmuting any lower energies or distractions that may attempt to enter our space. Together, let us set our intentions for this meditation. We aim to reach the highest levels of consciousness, to connect with our inner wisdom, and to bring healing and light into our lives and the lives of others. Imagine the divine light expanding, encompassing our entire group. We are now inside this luminous shield, and nothing but the pure divine light from our source can enter or influence our space. You may want to say this affirmation: I am divinely protected. The divine source within me is my shield. My energy is clear and strong. I am surrounded by love and light. No lower vibrations can affect me. Within this sphere, let us focus on radiating love and light. Imagine beams of divine light extending from your heart, connecting with the hearts of everyone in this meditation group. We are united in our quest for higher consciousness. Let us take a moment to express gratitude for this opportunity to meditate together. Feel the love and unity within our group. As we conclude this prayer, visualize the sphere of divine light slowly contracting, encapsulating our collective energy. We carry the shield of divine protection, connected to the infinite wisdom of our divine source as we embark on our meditation journey. When you are ready, gently open your eyes, knowing that you are surrounded by the pure divine light and wisdom of your source within. Together, we have created a sacred space where only the highest frequencies from the divine source can reside. May our meditation be fruitful, and may we continue to grow and support one another on our spiritual paths. In love and light, we begin.
Oh, okay, everyone. We're going to begin. My goodness, isn't that exciting? I feel quite excited. I do. So here we are, and Divine Mother is here with us. She's right here with us now. And if each one of you want her, be open to her and invite her in, because she goes into our hearts. You'll find her in your heart. She's right here with us now. She's so awesome. I would. She is. We're so fortunate to be given this gift from her. And you're going to be able to access the recording of this class for your personal use later. So if you want to take some notes, you do so, but you'll be able to hear it again if you want to. So we're going to start with messages and teachings from Divine Mother. I've transcribed them. I have a very strong feeling towards the end that she gave so much information, specific information, that I thought that just coming from her just felt the right thing to do. So you're going to get Divine Mother's words tonight, mostly. So I'll just start. So Divine Mother says, so during these teachings, if you get into a type of harmony with yourself, sitting and feeling the energy through your body, then we can get to a higher vibrational stance of what it is we're delivering. So we deliver according to what the frequency is for each human. And we try, and she says, and try is a funny word, because we disperse the information so that it is registering in your chakras. Your chakras are carrying the information that's being dispersed. So know that the clearing of the chakras is really important. She says the chakras don't just come out from the front of the body, they're front and back, and they move on through the body. They are spinning wheels of light, and there are certain vibrations in them or contours that happen because of the mentality and experiences of the people. You could call it a distortion. Distortions, they are not the perfect spinning wheels of light. So the practice will be a reordering of the lines of perfection that will bring balance into the human kingdom. You don't need to have any scientific expertise on it at all. It's moving towards perfect balance in the human kingdom. Each root chakra makes a sound, which comes from its frequency. No two root chakras in existence vibrate at the same frequency. So it's not to try to copy sounds. It won't work. The aim in toning the mantra is for each one to eventually be able to blend their own frequency to the sounds of their own chakra. Then she goes on to say, we like toning. We like that for the human because, number one, it incorporates breathing. One has to breathe. It's sound. It's color. It's a vibratory sensing of extended part of your being. So tonings we have used in the past are the ones, the sounds of the chakra, where each chakra has its own bija mantra. A bija mantra is a seed sound. So seed sounds come out of the universe in accordance to how, then she says, if you were doing astrology, you'd be talking about squares, how it is the planets intersect with one another. But in this case, it has to do with how your chakra intersects with reality. So each one has their own bija mantra, which is very intricate science. But for right now, we're going to work with the base or the root chakra. So the root chakra, situated at the base of the spine. This is still Divine Mother talking. The color is red. It's a spinning wheel of light going straight down into the ground. The root chakra is where a lot of fear, pain, and trauma from this life are stored. It is the grounding chakra, and it is associated with the earth element. It's characterized by the emotions of survival, security, stability, ambition, self-sufficiency, etc. Its organs are the kidneys, the bladder, the spine, the adrenals, and the lower digestive tract. You don't need to know that, but that's just an interesting point. I put that in. She didn't say that. It's linked, she says also, it's linked to our ability to dig in and feel firmly rooted. Crown chakra. So the bija mantra sound for root chakra is Lam, L-A-M, Lam. And the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth, right behind the two front teeth. So when we say the L, we've got the L, your tongue behind your two front teeth. You can get an L, can't you? But for this series of classes, we're wanting you to use a slightly different pronunciation of the bija mantras. So I'm going to play, if Pam, just watch me, Pam. I don't know what I'd do without Pam to keep me online. This technology, my goodness, mate. Share screen.
Find your file.
Oh, no, I got that wrong. I clicked it. It is. Stop share. I'll start again. Share screen. Click on this.
You find your file first.
Yeah, I found the file. I've clicked on that. I've got the blue surround, and I'm clicking on share sound, and now share. And now I'm going to try and.
Did you minimize it?
Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
This here. I need to maximize it, do I? Yes. Oh, well done, Judy. My goodness. So Lee put this together, and I'll explain a little bit more about it after we've seen it. Goodness, it only went once. Okay. Stop here. Can I get this screen bigger?
Yeah, you just got a little wee box.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wee arrow coming out of it just to make it bigger.
I'm on our Zoom screen. Yeah. Where's
What
the
can you what can you see?
I can see the Zoom, but it's got a great big chat thing. Oh, hang on. Ah, that's right. Close the chat. Ah, that's right. So Divine Mother said the root chakra was Lam, Lam, Lam. But you notice in that audio that was La, Lam. And that's really important. The L is represents the chakra. And it's so intricately scientific that I would have no idea about it. She has never shared that, of course. But the A and the U and the M, is creation. Actually, the A is the creative principle, the U is the maintenance principle, and the M is the dissolution principle of creation. So it's very powerful. AUM. So she's wanting us to do AUM in this meditation series. So we've got the chakra, and we're also chanting the sound of creation. AUM. And so you just have a wee try. You're all on mute. Put your tongue up against the roof of your mouth behind your teeth and do because she sang it to me, and the way she sang it was and the whole body vibrates. So we have to do it with enough energy that you can feel the body vibrating as we do it. So the L is a real push against the two front teeth. So did you get that, Scott? Because it was a bit different from our practice.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to conduct Scott so that we're all in sync, because we don't want to be all over the place, because we want this thing to be all together. Scott's going to do the what do we call them? The toning. That's what we're to call them. Scott's going to do it, and you'll hear Scott, and I'm going to conduct Scott, and you'll see me doing it too. Actually, I didn't realize that. I'll conduct Scott. You'll hear Scott and follow what Scott says. And so we'll all keep in tune, in time. We'll all keep in time. And you can give it heaps, because nobody else on the Zoom can hear you. So it would be good to do it so that you get a very good vibration in the body. Just a wee bit more before we do that. This is more from Divine Mother, actually. Each root chakra makes a sound which comes from its frequency, and no two root chakras in existence vibrate at the same frequency, so trying to copy any frequency won't work. Don't anticipate or try to imagine the color of the chakra, which is red in this case. If you start consciously thinking or questioning, know it's your ego. She said, just let them know that there are so many interpretations. So it's their job to go from the baseline of the color and the sound and be able to move into their own experience of what is true for them. That's very important. And then become aware through the third eye of the whole thing encased in a beautiful soft color, which is also an expression of the frequency. Now, having said that, we're not to try to do that, but that's going to happen spontaneously as we do it if we don't get our heads into it. It mightn't happen tonight. It might happen while you're practicing during the week, or it might happen every week because we were doing the root chakra every night for these next 8 nights. But we just trust that we're going to have these experiences to one degree or another, and no two people's experiences will be the same even. So we don't try to see the color. Just let it happen when it's ready to happen. It's very important not to take it too seriously. Don't be looking for anything in particular. Hold no expectation of any result. Be light, have fun, enjoy the experience. This is really of the utmost importance, and it is very important to tone the mantra slowly. So when you're home practicing, do it like we're doing it tonight. Do it really slowly. So you'll notice that Scott will say the mantra, he'll tone the mantra, and then there's going to be a space between that time and the next time. And the space is just as important as the sound, because we'll be in our hearts, we'll be toning the frequency, and then we'll just stop and stay there. And then do it again. So things are going to be happening while we're in the silence in between the mantras. Okay. You all more or less happy with that? All set to go? Right, here we go. Oh, goodness me. I better get a stick.
Tell us when to start the recording part, Judy.
No, we don't do the recording yet, Scott. We're not
Okay.
doing the recording at this part. It's at the very end. We're going to all do the recording together.
Okay.
After this is over. Yes, it's at the very end after we finished. Okay, so are you all set, Scott?
Yes.
You all set, you guys? You can close your eyes. Very good to close the eyes. Take some deep breaths. Very deep breaths. Put your attention on where your heart is. So we'll start. We need to have we're just going to have a wee practice, you guys, with Scott. Try that with Scott. it cut out. Maybe not such a long A. A lot of pressure on the L. Did you hear that, you guys? Could you? No. Well, we work on this later, Scott. I'll do it tonight.
Okay.
You can all hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. I'll have to keep note of how many I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll close the eyes. Lam. All right, you can open the eyes when you feel like it. Okay, so now you can have a few minutes to just jot down any experiences that you noticed. Even the slightest experience is worth noticing, even if it doesn't seem as if it's very important. They're all important, actually. Some people are still writing. There's no hurry.